Ladies and gentlemen, this player has had a very interesting life on and off the ice. He started his career as a high Chicago draft pick, but eventually went on to be a key player for numerous NHL and WHA teams, and holds a unique distinction for a hat trick he scored, but we'll get into that pretty soon. So today we're talking about the very talented and the very durable Dave Kryskow. Now, drafted in the second round, 26th overall, by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 71 draft, 5'10", 175. Played most of his minor hockey with Edmonton and Saskatoon of the WCHL. Now, his draft year was his best ever, 87 points in 65 games, including 149 minutes in penalties, and he was part of that Edmonton team that went to the 71 Memorial Cup Championship Series. Now, he comes from Morinville, Alberta, born December Christmas Day in 1951. He debuted with Chicago November 19th in 72, and wrapped up his career in the NHL with a playoff run and eventually moved to WHA later on. Now, on March 25th, 71, Kryskow lit up Game 3 of the Edmonton Oilers quarterfinal and playoff series versus Saskatoon, where he erupted 5 goals in a 12-5 rout. His performance came at the expense of his former Blades teammates. They went on to win the series in 5 games, and Kryskow earned a place in WCHL history as the first player to score 5 goals in a playoff game. His record was untouched until 78, when it was tied. The record was tied again in 81 and 2011, but has never been broken, having stood for more than 40 years. It was just one part of a great 1971 playoff run for Kryskow, who had 16 goals and 33 points in 17 playoff games for the WCHL champion Oil Kings. Now, his rights were loaned by Edmonton to Saskatoon for the balance of the 70 season in exchange for Cass. Now, he also played center during his pro career. He also played on the 71-72 Dallas team that won the CHL regular season title. He won the CHL Adams Cup with Dallas in 72, and he also played on the 72-73 Dallas squad that won CHL regular season honors. Now, he played on a Chicago team that lost to Montreal in the Stanley Cup Finals. He scored his first playoff goal and only second of his NHL career at 3:10 of the second period of Game 5 of the Finals on May 8, 73, and his goal pulled Chicago into a 3-3 tie. The Blackhawks eventually went on to stave off elimination by winning the game 8-7. Now, he also scored at 8:32 of the second period of the series ending Game 6 on May 10, 1973 at Chicago. His goal again pulled Chicago into a 3-3 tie, but Montreal quickly regained the lead and went on to win 6-4. Now, he was also named to the CHL All-Star First Team of Dallas in 73. He eventually found his way to Washington when he was claimed in the expansion draft in 1974. Now, he appeared in the team's first game on October 9, 74, against the New York Rangers at MSG. He scored the third and final Washington goal that night in a 6-3 loss. Now, Kryskow's goal again tied the game at 3-3, but the Rangers broke the tie less than 2 minutes later. He also scored the first shorthanded goal in Washington Capitals history in December 1974 at LA, where he bet Roger Vachon at 14:45 of the first period to tie the game, but the Kings went on to win 4-1. Now, he also played on the 78 Winnipeg Jets team that won the association regular season title, and of course that year the Jets went on to win the AFCO Cup. Now, talk about shorthanded. We mentioned that a second ago. On January 1973, Kryskow turned heads in the hockey world with a remarkable performance as he scored a CHL record 3 shorthanded goals as part of a 4-goal night for Dallas in a 5-1 win over Omaha. Not only did Kryskow set the CHL record, which stood until the league folded in 84, but he also became the first player in NA North American professional history to score 3 shorthanded goals in the same game. He scored his first at 4:56 of the opening period while killing off a penalty to Yvon Bilodeau. Then, with Roger Wilson serving a 5-minute major for spearing, Kryskow picked up another shorthanded goal at 6:56 of the first for a 2-0 lead. Kryskow completing his natural hat trick at even strength at 6:32 of the second period for a 3-0 lead, which put Dallas up 3-1. Now, Kryskow then picked up his fourth and final goal of the night, and his record third shorthanded goal, with Len Frigg in the penalty box at 18:55 of the second period. Now, Kryskow was also a high interest with the WHA. He was selected by the Oilers in a 72 entry draft in February 72, and he was also selected by the Jets in 73, a WHA draft of established professional players. Now, he was the first forward selected by Washington, again, 6th overall pick, in the 74 NHL entry draft, and also played with the Tidewater squad in the SHL when that team folded on January 7th, 1977. Now, the alumni of Morinville Community High School moved to Okotoks, Alberta after his retirement, and was an active participant in local curling groups, in addition to working in the landscaping business and serving as a local representative for the automatic body weight loss system. Now, I forgot to mention this as well, ladies and gentlemen. He played with Detroit in 75. He picked him up late. Then had a really good season with Atlanta in 76, where he had 40 points in 79 games. Now, again, Tidewater was a rough go. He eventually moved over to Calgary, and that last season, his first 20-goal season in Major Pro, put him in, quite a bit of respect. So final NHL totals: 89 points in 231 games, including 33 goals, with two goals in the playoffs, both against Montreal. Danny Galvin always enjoyed announcing his name, as I remember. WHA totals: 74 points in 116 games, including 36 goals, and 8 points in the playoffs, and again in that AFCO Cup run. So a very, very outstanding career, very outstanding player, and I think what really stood out for me, anyway, as a rookie doing so well in the playoffs as a late call-up, and put up some decent numbers with Washington 75, because 24 points in 51 games. He could have easily been a scoring champion that year if he would have stayed. But again, he moved him to Detroit later on in the year. Now, the Calgary Cowboys 77, again, 33 points there, and that's where his consistency came in. When given a chance to play, he was easily a 20 to 25 goal man, and again, smooth, like those 2 goals he scored in the playoffs. For a young player to show so much depth, because he only started playing against Montreal in the playoffs there, and scored those 2 goals is amazing. Like a flash of excellence at the first, and a flash of excellence to end his career. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the Legend of Dave Kryskow. If you like what we're doing, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And as we know, everything we do here is for the fans, so we got different people followed his career over the years, and remember with fondness where the Blackhawks almost knocked off Montreal in 73 after losing in such chilling fashion in 71. So thanks for listening. Bye.